Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and I'm standing outside a commercial property that we've had rented for a little bit, but then we had issues with this tenant not paying rent. Then we had some other issues with them communicating with us, but we have gotten inside this property and we'll see if we can avoid the eviction and what's going on there. So we'll talk about all of that. This is a property I bought June of last year, about 7 months ago, for $865,000. We did a lot of fix up on it, although it still has some issues. I don't know if these guys did all this or other people, but this was an auto detailing place we rented to. And then a diesel mechanic rented a big shop. Then decided rented these Quonset huts too. And a church rented another spot. Another spot's rented back there. But then this right here is not part of it. But of course there's a camper parked on our property now. And there's a guy named Billy who lives there, who actually broke into one of our properties over here. We called the police, talked to him. He's got some issues. I don't think he pays rent or does anything there. We're not exactly sure how he is allowed to live there, but he is. And I don't know. I'm guessing he brought some kind of camper in somehow. I don't know how he got his hand on the camper or how he towed it here, but that's interesting. So Billy's been interesting. He had a whole lot of pit bulls before, and we haven't seen them for a while, so hopefully he found a good home for them. But of course there's a camper here. My channel has a lot of crazy camper stories. All right, love the likes, love the comments, love the shares. But back to this one. This tenant was late on rent a couple of months ago. I talked to him, texted him. He said, oh, my bookkeeper messed up, I'll get it in right away. He came in, brought in rent. The next month he was late again. I texted him wondering what his excuse would be that month, and he said, oh, sorry, it's been a slow month, I'll bring the rent in next week. So he never brought the rent in the next week. I texted him, said, hey, what's going on? Never responded to me. So we have not gotten any response. It's been a little over a month now that he's late for 1 month, and now we're late on the second month as well. And we posted an eviction notice last week, but then we have not seen him, heard from him at all. And then I tried texting him to get an inspection done, because we have the right in the lease to come inspect the property with proper notice. Text messages came back as not going through. His cell phone was shut off. So we tried calling the detail place, go straight to a voicemail. Have not heard back on that. So we came over, one of the garage bays was open, and we just wanted to see if it's vacant, if he's gone, what's going on there. And we do have the right to go in and secure the property, make sure everything's good with heat and everything if it is vacant. And so we'll show you what it looks like right now. And I have a lot of experience, used to do this all the time when I was selling foreclosures for banks and HUD. And you would go check a property, do a visual inspection outside. If it looks vacant, the bank would always tell us to have it rekeyed, post a notice, and they had the right to go in, rekey a property if it looked vacant, make sure the heat was on, make sure the property's winterized, to protect their property, make sure it didn't get damaged. So that's kind of what we're doing here. The heat was on, but as you can see, there is almost nothing in here. All their stuff is gone, except for a few things in back we'll show you. And it certainly looks like they just moved out, but never know for sure. So I think that's coffee. I'm not sure. I didn't get too close. At first I thought it was a pile of ants, but it's not. I think it's coffee grounds. But they actually did, some work here too. They put up the blinds. They did some little repairs right here. They cleaned up the place a lot. So it's just kind of frustrating they won't talk to us at all. Like, we could probably work something out. It made it a lot easier on everybody if you just tell us, hey, we're done, we can't do this, we need to get out of here. So it was actually pretty dirty when I rented it to them. I was looking back at my previous video, and they cleaned up the floors. It looks a lot better, but it's set up nice. It's got floor drains, it's got an air compressor, it's built in kind of in a back room, although we haven't gotten back there. And been used as a repair shop for cars for many, many, many years. Has shop heat and a furnace as well. And yeah, we kind of peeked around a little bit. Didn't see anything really valuable except in this back room. And I was trying to look at my old video of this property when I first bought it, and I didn't go back here. It's like, oh, why did I do that? But there's this washer and dryer here and a fridge, and that's kind of the only thing. I don't know what these, some kind of, I'm not sure what those are. But, you know, there's a few things in here, but really the only valuable things are the washer and dryer and the fridge, and I don't even know if they were here before or not. So, you can see, yeah, there's a little furnace there too, water heater, and the air compressor is back in that back room. That's locked and deadbolted, assuming there's one hooked up. But yeah, so I guess for right now, we're gonna secure it, assume it's vacant, and then if he ever needs anything, comes back, he can call me, text me at that point. We won't get rid of any stuff or anything here for a little while to make sure he doesn't want anything, and we'll go from there. So, not sure. Let's tape shut. That's kind of, oh, is this gonna just smash down on me if I untape it? Probably. Try to hold it. Yep. Nothing in there, empty. Okay. And there was a weird little cutout up front here, I'll show you too. But, boy, I think it's vacant. I guess we'll just wait and see. And before, this was just 2x4s, open before. And he came and wanted to rent it right when I first bought it. So we didn't do any work in here at all. He's like, that's fine, you don't need to do anything, I'll do it all. But he put this kind of plywood sheet up, and you can see they cut out a hole here and then put screws through the cutout part. So that was slightly weird. Like, what is going on? I wonder what the outside looks like there. That's a little weird. I might go check that out. But besides that, I mean, it's almost ready to lease, minus a little bit of cleanup at this point for it. So, looks like we have avoided our first commercial eviction. Yes, we posted the eviction notice, but won't have to go through with the actual eviction, which saves lots of money, lots of time. And like I said, usually we can work around evictions, avoid them, even though we've had a lot the last year or so. Most of those were inherited tenants on rental, on residential properties that had a lot of inherited issues with. And for most of the renters we choose, we do have issues once in a while like this, but we can usually get through them with, you know, minimal headaches. All right, so there you go. There's the update on this property. We'll have more updates, and after a little while here, we'll get it back up for rent. We already have had people asking about this property all the time, wanting to rent it, even though there's people in here. So it's a very desirable location and setup. So that shouldn't be a problem. We were charging $2,000 a month in rent before, and I don't know what we'll charge now, but I'm sure we could probably get that much or more again. All right, thanks for watching. Love the likes, love the support, love the comments. Keep those coming. We'll have more videos on our other properties, flips, rentals, businesses, all that great stuff coming up here soon. And we do have the garage eviction we might have to go through with on the Ocho. So we'll have an update on that as soon as we hear from our lawyers. I think that's going to court here soon. So that's a little frustrating, but part of the business as well. All right, take care. Be back soon.